This is the first time Danny has built anything with a cement slab. These photos are of the frame that he put in using 2x16s and backfilling it in with all the gravel. He just packed it all in there. Um, these photos do not show the finished packing, but he added more around the corners and everything to make sure that we had a solid foundation before we continued on. He used braces on them because the weight of the cement would bow the boards if he did not have the braces there. You can see the little bars sticking up. After building the base for the cement and filling it in, we waited for rains to pound it down. And now he is in the middle of putting in the pipe for drainage. This is a 10 by 12 greenhouse, and he is putting the one over there is going to be to the drain for my sink, and this one's going to be the drain in the middle of the floor. And it shoots out to this corner because it's one of the low ends of the yard. Pretty good.
My sewer drop, I went with 1 inch per foot, roughly.
Okay, so the electric's been pulled through, and then also the water has been pulled through next to the drain. Now he is starting the sides so we can get ready for our cement, the cement pad. This part I was helping Danny and did not get the video done. What you're seeing are the 3 layers that we put in. The first layer is the sand, which helped level everything out. The second layer is just a basic 3mm plastic that we placed down for a moisture barrier. And finally we were able to put the pink board down. After we put the pink board down, we taped it with just regular tape, and then he used great stuff and went around the drain and the inserts for the electric and the water, and then anywhere that had a big gap, he also put great stuff there. So now we're just putting the cinder blocks on for the night to make sure everything stays in place. So last night, the last thing he did was put great stuff. It's a spray foam sealant, and he went around the wider edges. Yeah. And of course all the tubings, he went around with it to make sure he got it all sealed real good. And then today what we've done so far is we've put the concrete wire down, and we're using zip strips to zip it to kind of tie it together. And next we'll be doing the PEX tubing and lifting the concrete wire with some just little PVC pipe pieces that we're going to cut. You always want your cement wire to overlap so that you can link them together. I think over here is where I got one of the zip strips. Yeah, right here. See, it's overlapping, and so now we got the zip strip on there. Okay, now we've laid the PEX tubing for the in-ground heat, and what we did was we started on that end, we went down, brought it all the way around and up, and then we curved and went in and did every 12 inches we did a curved loop going back and forth until we come back to the end again. Okay, now I'm going to get you up close and personal, and see, we just cut PVC and just a couple inches long, and we put them down to raise up the cement wire, and we just used enough of them to make sure that all the wire was lifted. What they did this morning was put some more support boards around because cement is heavy, and now they are putting a small amount of cement around the pipes and things like that before getting started with the full part of the cement slab. A word of caution is that make sure you order enough cement. You'll see later on there is a second truck. It's because we were short by just like a square. Even though my husband did the calculations, he had the company do the calculations, it happens. And they had to bring another truck in. The cement truck is very loud, which is why I'm doing the voiceover. So what they did was they started on that side, obviously, and what they're doing is they're quickly trying to level out all of the cement and get it pulled over as fast as they can, because depending on how your cement is mixed will determine how long it's going to take it to dry. The thickness also determines the drying time. We chose to go with a 4-inch thick cement pad. With part of the cement down, they have placed a 16-foot board across. One person at each end. They will shimmy the board back and forth to level and smooth cement. This is called screeding. They are working the first half up to the drain, and then they'll do the second part. Danny is using the sledgehammer very carefully on the side to help push out any kind of air pockets. Back to leveling or screeding, and you can see in the video where they are shifting the board back and forth to help smooth it out. This is where you see the second truck come in. We did order enough. In fact, we actually got more than what we calculated we would need, and still we came up short. You can see that little corner over there that's not covered. But if you also look on the other side of my father-in-law, you can see how smooth that side is, and that's what they did when they were doing the screeding, where they were leveling it all out, and they brought it all the way up to the drain as close as they could. The thickness of the pad Danny chose is 4 inches to make sure we had plenty of depth for warming the cement. With the cement level, they made a graded area around the drain to create an area for water to run towards the drain. The level of it isn't as deep as we would have liked, but it's not bad for the first time. Follow us for our next video, building the 10 by 12 Harbor Freight greenhouse. Thank you for watching.